junior outside hitter Taylor Bentley. Number 9, a freshman outside hitter Chloe Staggs. Number 10, a sophomore outside player Gracie Sims. Number 13, a junior outside hitter Emily Buell. Number 21, a junior defensive specialist Lily Williamson. Number 24, a freshman defensive specialist Samarian Kipple. The starting lineup for the Panthers. Number 1, a sophomore middle blocker Claire Hayes. Number 3, a sophomore outside hitter Kylie Wilhelmi. Number 5, the libero, a junior Grace Waddell. Number 6, a freshman center Sydney Bixby. Number 11, a junior and middle blocker Madison Williams. Number 20, a senior center Ainsley Schultz. Number 22, a senior defensive specialist Abby Dunford. The assistant coaches are Alyssa Carrillo and Alyssa Elliott. Head coach of the Panthers, Noah Ray. Birmingham-Southern Panthers. And Brad Bullets, and in her 39 seasons, head coach of the Tigers, Julie Jenkins. Trinity Tigers, Birmingham-Southern Panthers officials, you have the match.
Thank you so much for tuning into this evening match. You got the Trinity University Tigers going up against Birmingham-Southern College Panthers. This is going to be the second match for both of these teams today. Birmingham-Southern went up against Texas Lutheran earlier today and did fall to that team, whereas the Trinity University Tigers in a 4-set match against Whitworth did come out on top. It's been an amazing day of volleyball, and we are looking forward to some quick stats for the Trinity Tigers looking at that last match. Amazing performance from a lot of players, but some notables that we want to speak on is Drange. She had 34 total attempts, which is a ridiculous start to her Trinity career. She hit over 200, so amazing performance from her. Along with that, you have a couple of freshmen, Pope, McWilliams, and McCarthy, all seeing playing time, and all of which hitting above 250 as well. And then another notable, Brett Thornton, hitting above 250. So we're seeing some great volleyball. Looks like we're running the same lineup as we kick off this first set here against Birmingham-Southern again. But really excited, Reed.
Yeah, very excited. And for Birmingham-Southern, it's a new look for them. New man at the helm. Noah Ray, who assisted at Juniata last year, helped lead that team to a national championship against Trinity. And he also helped the men's team make it to the Elite Eight. So a very successful volleyball year over at Juniata with his assistants. We'll see how he does in his second game as head coach.
Yep, definitely some great experience to back that resume for him. First serve here, Drange is going to have the first pass. Marissa Amarino is going to set Watley on the outside, but Watley will have to just tip it over. Blocked by Fate will kick off the match. It's going to be point one going to the Trinity University Tigers, and that'll send Watley back to serve.
And the Tigers led the nation in blocks last year, and there's a very good chance that they'll end up taking that category again this year because they're just absolutely relentless on the block.
Definitely a team with a strong press, and they have some height this year. Pope on the right side right now on the roster, 6'2", so she definitely has a strong reach and press that's going to make swinging on the outside for the opponent's squad a little bit more challenging than maybe usual at this Division III level. That last swing is going into the net, but you had Drange up there with a single block, sending Watley back to serve once again. Tigers are currently leading 3-0. A dump picked up by Nadia Kern. This ball's going out to Drange. Blocked but picked up. Nadia Kern will toss out a ball to Pope. High swing, and that's going to be a little long, and that will be Birmingham-Southern's first point. It's going to be Hayes back to serve. A nice low float pass by Nadia Kern that's going out to Drange on the outside. That was dug by Dunford. Swing by Bigsby, getting called out, so that'll be a point for the Tigers, and that's going to be Thornton stepping back on. Nadia Kern will be serving for Maddie Fate.
Another difficult matchup for the Tigers. Birmingham-Southern constantly in contention for that SAA championship. Usually running into Barry as a bit of a roadblock. We'll see if they can show Barry up, because Barry came here last year and fell, so you beat Trinity here. Maybe get one up on them before you play each other.
Yeah, definitely a tough matchup there for the Panthers. Serve here, pass by Drange. Right side swing from Pope, down the line, and she will score for a quick side out for the Tigers, leading to their double substitution. Looks like Josie Dare is going to be your second setter here for this 6-2 rotation, going in with McWilliams, the freshman we saw earlier today. Panthers are going to get called on a double. Quick point for the Tigers. Nice low float with a drop, and she will catch, I believe, Wilhelmi, and that'll be an ace for the sophomore.
You got to be careful if you're Birmingham-Southern, because Trinity can easily run away against any team in Division III. You cannot make mistakes.
Yep, 3 points is definitely not what you want to be giving, to the Tigers. And they serve aggressively, consistently. A lot of time in practice, they're practicing serving that back 2 feet of the court. So really making teams make decisions as to whether or not a ball is in or out. That last point going to the Tigers. It's going to send Josie Dare back there once again. Again, a nice deep serve from her. Kern's putting up a ball for Drange, but that is dug. Watley with the dig. Thornton out of the middle and off of Schultz. That'll be a point. Birmingham-Southern is going to use their first time out. Trinity currently leading 9-2, a great start for the Tigers. Birmingham-Southern, as we mentioned, really going to need to kick things into gear if they're going to want a chance at this Trinity Tigers squad, who has really come out with some heat. Looking at the stats, sure enough, unfortunately the Panthers are quite a bit in the negative, so they're going to need to minimize those errors. But other than that, Tigers really putting on some pressure behind the service line and forcing the Panthers to more or less just keep the ball in play, opposed to giving them great opportunities with their offense. So overall, great start for the Tigers.
Yeah, great start. And Birmingham-Southern, Coach Ray, I think a good timeout here. You can't let the momentum swing so far in the Tigers' favor. So we'll see if the Tigers cool off any, and if Birmingham-Southern can get a point out of the timeout, I think that'd be a big confidence booster for them.
Absolutely. The Panthers being the ones to call that timeout, but also being the first back on the court, hoping to shake off maybe some of those early game jitters. Meanwhile, the Tigers, as per usual, using all of their timeout time. Both teams back on the court, and that's going to send, again, sophomore Josie Dare back to serve. Off the block. Panthers will keep this ball alive. Deep corners picked up by Nadia Kern. Out of the back row, Watley. Aggressive swing by Wilhelmi, but that ball's going to sail out the back. Sending Josie Dare back there for another opportunity. Off the block, Nadia Kern with a dig. This ball's going to Drange on the outside. She'll swing high off the block as well. I think that might have been someone in the net, perhaps.
Yeah, I think that was a Panther in the net. I couldn't quite catch what number that he signaled. But
I thought he signaled 15, but looking at the roster, there is not a 15, so. Tip is blocked. Thornton with a nice strong press. She is preventing Williams from getting that ball over. Dare to serve. And there you have it, that back foot of the court, something that they practice often. And executed perfectly by Josie Dare, making that passing lineup kind of more or less guess whether or not the ball was going to be in or out, and they unfortunately guessed wrong because that ball was in.
Yeah, and the Tigers are just firing on all cylinders right now and making use of the mistakes by the Panthers, like right there.
Putting on the pressure, Josie Dare executing essentially the exact same serve that she just previously had an ace on, catching that passer up high and unable to get that ball back over, leading to a substitution. Keeping the ball alive. It's going to be a free ball for the Tigers. We'll see how they use it. Going to Thornton out of the middle. She is dug. Right side swing, picked up by Watley. Nadia Kern's going to hustle to grab that one. A free ball for the Panthers. Nice aggressive swing. Touched by Nadia Kern. McWilliams able to get a shoulder on it, but that's going to be finally a side out for the Panthers. Tigers with a good, significant lead here in the first set. And that's going to send Williamson back to serve.
Yeah, it's not often that you see a 10-0 scoring run against a team like Birmingham-Southern.
High aggressive swing from Drange, but that one's going to be a little bit long. It's going to be Williamson back to serve once again. Tigers still with a 10-point lead. Watley, Dare out to Drange. She's going to swing aggressively again. That similar shot, just a little bit long. Needing to get slightly more on top of the ball. But luckily, she has some wiggle room to take these tough shots. Pass by Watley. Out of the middle is going to be McWilliams. Watley with a great dig, going to Drange on the outside. She'll get dug. Nice hustle. That was Bentley on the outside. And I think that's going to be the first swing from Bentley.
And don't sleep on Birmingham-Southern just yet, because right now they're racking up a good scoring run, 4-0 right now.
Kern doing a good job of keeping it alive. Watley throwing it over. We'll see if the Panthers can utilize that free ball. Nice block by Thornton. Will keep the ball on the Panthers side. Swinging high, Nadia Kern will get a touch on it, but that will end up being a Panthers point.
Yeah, look on the replay here. Just a strong, strong swing from Wilhelmi. She has a cannon for an arm.
Watley to Kern. She's going to throw this one up for Drange. Panthers getting the hand on it, but unable to get that second touch. For the Tigers, you're going to see Jenna Rodriguez subbing in for Drange. Going back there to serve. And you'll see her in middle back. Nice low float. Bentley on the outside is blocked. Panthers keeping the ball alive. It's going to be Wilhelmi getting caught in the net on that swing. Aggressive swing nonetheless, but just the tips of her fingers catching the tape. That'll be a point for the Tigers. Jenna Rodriguez back to serve.
And a good crowd here in Calgard. Student section filled out quite nicely.
Yeah, as we mentioned, the first match for the Tigers earlier was catching everyone around 2:30, 2:45. We had some, Tiger students just finishing up class, so not as big of a crowd, but great to see these students supporting the Trinity Volleyball on a Friday night nonetheless. Dare pushing that one out to Watley, tipping down the line. Nice shot is picked up. Off the tape, Watley with a dig. This is going to go to McWilliams off the block, and that'll be a point. Tool. McWilliams will score. Sending Brett Thornton back to serve. Maddie Fate re-entering the match in the middle. Nice pass from the Panthers. And a great press. Jenna Rodriguez putting the ball up for Watley. She'll keep that ball in, swinging deep. And maybe that's just what you needed, keeping the ball in play, forcing the Panthers to swing and resulting in an error. I believe that was a double on that last call. Brett Thornton back to serve once again. Waddell with the pass. This one's going to the outside. Hayes with that last swing will score. Tigers still up by quite a bit, but we are seeing the Panthers with some good, strong swings. Hopefully they can get more connections throughout the set. Tough luck, that last serve out. It's going to be a quick side out for the Tigers, resulting to their double substitution for their 6-2 lineup. Pope's going to come back, and you'll see her front right, and Marissa Amarino subbing in. She'll go back row to serve and set. Roll shots picked up. Kern's going to try and get that ball, I believe, out to Pope, but a tricky situation with Marissa Amarino on the floor after that dig.
And right now, the tallest of tasks for the Panthers. Down 9 for most of the time. They've been down 10. To come back from that against the Tigers is quite the challenge, to say the least.
And they are looking good. We saw a little bit of some shaky passing in set 3 of their last match, which did result in a loss in that third set, but boy, are they looking strong right now. You saw with that last connection there, an easy pass set swing, and you got Watley back there serving. Going out to the outside, an aggressive shot by Bixby. That'll send Hayes back to serve. Low float, pass by Watley. Hope out of the middle on a 2, more or less. Free ball here for the Tigers. We'll see how they use it. They're going to run Pope again. On a little slide of sorts. Net violation on the Panthers will result in a point for the Tigers and send Nadia Kern back to serve. Pass by Waddell, another outside down ball's picked up by Kern. Going out all the way to Drange, great set by Marissa Amarino, forcing that set all the way across the court. Block attempt by the Tigers is going to fall on the Tigers' side. Last serve is going to be out. That last ball from Schultz. Double substitution, Josie Dare and McWilliams back in the match. Josie Dare with an incredible run, her first service attempt in this match. So we'll see if she can potentially finish out this first set. And there's one, that's an ace for Dare.
And that one because serve receive going in close to the net. Nobody can get it there. Either going to get caught in the net, hit the ball in the net. It's just a rough situation all around for the Panthers.
Another aggressive serve by Dare, but they're going to pass that one up pretty well. Off the block, Kern here throwing one up for McWilliams. A nice high swing, and that'll drop pretty much smack dab in the middle of the court. Tigers now 1 away from taking set 1.
Yeah, these Tigers firing on all cylinders right now. They have looked like they've been in control since the first serve.
Pass by Waddell. They're gonna run Wilhelmi on the outside, but that's picked up. You got Watley out of the back row, off the block. And the Panthers are unable to keep that ball alive. Great start for the Trinity Tigers. They're taking the first set 25-12.
Yeah, that was a very dominant performance by the Tigers. I mean, you can't have a set much better than that one. I mean, completely dominating Birmingham-Southern on pretty much every front.
Yep, final hitting percentage, looking at the stats here, is going to be .280 for the Tigers, whereas Birmingham-Southern is unfortunately hitting 0 at the moment. So tough to win a set when you are not, at least in the positive digits. But great start for the Tigers. We're looking at some accolades here. You got a 600 hitting percentage for McWilliams on the right side. Watley's hitting 300, which is a great improvement. Her last set, I believe she hit 0 and was subbed out in that 4th set. So great to see her back in here and really contributing to this match. Got Brett Thorin hitting 500 and Miss Marissa Drange with, again, double-digit total attempts even after the first set. She is hitting 100, which is a little bit lower than she finished in the last match, but she is out there contributing. So yeah, great start for the Tigers.
And I want to point out, Josie Dare, 4 service aces in that first set. kind of crazy.
Kind of felt like she more or less served that entire set. She was back there a long, long time. Got some great blocks also for the Tigers. You got McWilliams, Thorin, and Maddie Fate racking up a block in regards to the stats. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning into this match. If you are just now tuning in, again, this is the Trinity University Tigers going up against Birmingham-Southern Panthers. And it's been fun.
It's been very, very fun. That first set, maybe not so fun for the Panthers. Looking to have a bit more fun in the second set, but the Tigers, they are very rude hosts to most teams, I would say.
Yeah, Tigers doing a great job of putting pressure in regards to their serve. They really put the Panthers on their heels in regards to passing. Panthers maybe not able to run the most effective offense that they had hoped, but you never know. New set starts at 0-0, so we'll see how the Panthers come out. We got 40 seconds on the clock. These teams will be walking back onto the court here shortly. And who knows, with that last score, maybe we'll see some new faces on the Tiger side.
And Trinity tomorrow gets to play a big regional match against UT Dallas, and then probably the biggest matchup of the tournament, UW Oshkosh. That'll be a big one. Be sure to join us for those. Oshkosh, that's the 7 o'clock game tomorrow, and UT Dallas, that game is at 2:30 tomorrow. Both big games, one with big regional implications and one with big national implications. So be sure to be there.
Absolutely. Some more great competition coming your way tomorrow. And as we mentioned, today's first day of really the season. So a lot of these players are getting out their jitters. Maybe some players who aren't performing at their best today will look incredible tomorrow, or maybe some players that are doing well right now, maybe they'll be a little bit tired with their second day of this tournament. We will see. Looks like both teams are running relatively the same lineup. It's going to be Marissa Amarino to kick things off behind the service line for the Tigers. Aggressive swing is picked up by Amarino. Kern's going to put up a ball for Watley. Nice cross-court shot, and that's going to be more or less a free ball for the Tigers. Pope getting a tricky set. Both teams kind of just throwing the ball back over on one with these really aggressive swings, but Fate will put it down for the first point of the set.
A really good job by the Tigers there, because even when they hit it over to the Panther side, it seems like it was right back to them immediately. Just some strong, strong swings by the Tigers.
Yep, keeping the ball in play. That was another serve from Amarino. Swing from the outsides, dug by Drange. Watley on the outside, mixing in a shot, and that'll score for the Tigers. Great deception there from Watley. She looked like she was going to take a swing at it, and then at the last minute, throwing in a tip instead. Amarino back to serve. Nice outside swing. I think that was Bentley, was dug by Kern. A block for Watley and Fade.
The two team captains coming together to put an end to that Panther attack.
You have a great lineup by Watley. Fade getting in there to close that seam, and not much was going to get past them. Tip down the line, easily dug by Drange. We're going to send that one out to Watley, and that'll be a kill for Watley.
And Reagan Watley just showing raw power there. And that one flew I'm not sure if it flew into the stands or at our little stat scorekeeper's table.
Either way, it had some power behind it and resulted in a kill. That's going to be Mahomey with the pass on the outside. It's going to be Bentley. That ball's going into the antenna. It's going to be a point for the Tigers.
Very similar start to what set one was, with Trinity taking an early lead. 5-0 run right now. Well, that's obvious since the Panthers haven't scored yet.
A nice mix-up, short serve there. Nice connection out of the middle, out of the middle with Williams. And that's gonna send Waddell back to serve. The Panthers' first point of this second set. Definitely going to need to string together some points as the Tigers are looking strong. A back quick with Fate. Pope doing a good job of holding that block, leaving an opportunity for Fate to just perfectly place that ball. Watley back to serve. This ball's going to Bentley on the right side here. Block. Tigers doing a good job of keeping it alive. Ball getting over, but Williams is going to swipe that one back down. Maddie Fate getting a touch on it. The Tigers unable to keep that one alive.
And Coach Ray having high praise for number 20, Ainsley Schultz, that senior setter who he hopes that the younger setters can learn from over at Birmingham.
Tough luck for the Panthers, that last serve being out. Definitely don't want to be giving the Tigers free points here. And it's going to be Nadia Kern back to serve. A nice low float. Out of the middle, a kill for the Panthers. Marissa Amarino getting a hand on it. But that ball sailing out there. It's going to be Kipple going back to serve. I think this is the first time we've seen Kipple, maybe not, but back to serve nonetheless. This ball's going to Thornton out of the middle. Right around the 10-foot line, she will score. Double substitution, Josie Dare and McWilliams re-entering the match.
And Tiger Sports playing Birmingham-Southern quite a bit recently. Baseball played them to open their season last year. Football plays them every year as they're both in the SAA. And soon, Trinity will be in the SAA, and not next year, but the year after that.
Pass by Waddell. This ball's going to the outside. Hayes. Up ref saying that that ball bounced off the tape, not the block, so that will be a point for the Tigers.
And the last time the Tigers played the Panthers, it's been a little bit. November 4th, 2011. Tigers took that one in 3 straight sets. They have an all-time 3-2 record against the Panthers.
Good job at the net from Drange there, just swiping that one down. Also a great set prior to that by Dare, getting McWilliams there swinging, resulting in that overpass for Drange to swipe down. Panthers unable to get that one back over as the Tigers put a strong presence with their block at the net. Birmingham-Southern is going to use another timeout here. Tigers really kicking things off strong, just like the first set. Current score 11-3.
Yeah, very similar start with Coach Ray calling a timeout as the Tigers are exploding on offense once again. I mean, look at that. 361 hitting percentage as a team. That's just a recipe for success, really.
Yeah, and that's on the match. The current set hitting percentage is 545. Pretty ridiculous, one could say. You got Maddie Fate hitting 1,000, a ton of other players hitting above 400. So all in all, a really great start for the Tigers. On the other side, the Panthers, unfortunately, currently in the negative still, needing to minimize those errors. But we got about 15 more seconds, and we'll be back in action again. The Trinity Tigers are currently leading 11-3, starting the set 2 off really strong, not giving Birmingham-Southern any wiggle room.
And Birmingham-Southern tomorrow at 12:15 will play UW-Oshkosh, and then at 4:45 they have a date with Whitworth. So Panther fans, if you're listening in, be sure to tune in for those. Those will all be streamed here on the Tiger Network.
Out of the middle, off of the block, number 1 Hayes will score for the Panthers. That's going to send Wilhelmy back to serve.
That's what you want out of a timeout. When you call the timeout, you want a point, you want the confidence. And we'll see how Wilhelmy serves it here.
Outside swing off the block. That'll be another point for the Panthers. Looking confident, definitely gaining a little bit of momentum, with those last 2 points. We'll see if they can string together a few more. Drange with the pass. Josie Dare is going to set that over for a dump. Panthers keeping it alive. Josie Dare keeping the ball alive, but she is going under the net. So that's going to be a point for the Panthers.
And a bit similar to the first set yet again, where the Tigers took a big lead, but then the Panthers strung together a few points of their own.
Julie Jenkins, I believe, is going to try and challenge the call. Josie Dare did go under the net, but she did not impact play in any sorts. So I think that's probably what she is mentioning. It's going to lead to a quick conversation with the down and up ref, but I think the call will stand. Both teams lining back up. Tigers with some smiles, so not worried too much about it. It was a great defensive effort by Josie Dare nonetheless. Drange to Dare. Dare's going to put one up for McWilliams. Another attempt out of the middle for Hayes, but that one's going in the net.
And speaking of in the net, a couple of soccer games going on over at Paul McGinley Field. Got to thank everyone in the control room who showed up to work today to make this all possible, because Labor Day weekend, it's always a big opening for campus.
McWilliams with a tricky shot. Enough power to get that ball off the top tape, run across, and just dribble on in. Kill for McWilliams. It's going to be Rodriguez back to serve. Nice pass is going to lead to a quick dump from Schultz. Smart play by her as she is front row with their 5-1 rotation. Tough luck, that serve in the net. It's going to be a quick side out for the Tigers. Brett Thornton back to serve and Fate back on the court. Tigers currently leading in set 2, 14-7. Watley keeping the ball alive, and a free ball here for the Panthers. We'll see how they use it. Pushing that ball all the way across, off of the hands. Josie Dare just going to throw that one over. Nice dig by Rodriguez. This ball's going to McWilliams on the right side. A nice reverse by Josie Dare. Keeping the block on the other side, guessing. I think we all thought she was going to throw up a ball for Watley, but no, she reversed that one to McWilliams, leading to a great opportunity that resulted in a kill. It's going to be Thornton back to serve. And an ace for your middle blocker, Brett Thornton.
Once again, the Tigers are running off with another good run, almost up by 10.
You can feel the energy in the gym, Reed. The fans are definitely getting into the match now as the Tigers string together some more points. Momentum is definitely in favor of the Tigers as we go into this timeout, leading by 10. Overall, as we mentioned, time and time again, a great start for the Tigers. Still with a great hitting percentage on this current set. Hitting .500 is incredible for a team, and on the overall match, they're hitting above .300, which is also incredible. Birmingham-Southern now in the positives on the set. They are hitting .50, which is better than negative, but we hope to see them hopefully climb a little bit more.
Yeah, and looking over at the Tigers, Reagan Watley for 44 hitting percentage, having a much better game. Kind of struggled against Whitworth, but here she is shining. And Connolly McWilliams, 571, 4 kills on 7 total attempts. They have both been very, very effective. And then Brett Thornton with that pair of pocket aces that caused the timeout to be called. Tigers, they are rolling once again.
Yeah, really awesome to see Watley really in this match, executing as we more or less expected of her. Again, that first match today, a little bit shaky, maybe not the best start for her, but great to see that she has the confidence within herself to not let that hurt her further matches. To finish off today, Brett Thornton behind the service line. Outside swing off the tape, Josie Dayer with the dig. It's going to be Rodriguez with a nice set to Watley. A nice high swing is dug. That ball getting pretty tight on the tape will fall, and the Tigers will come out of that timeout with the first point.
And Coach Jenkins telling me that this team, they are fun to coach. They are a fun group to watch, and there's just so much talent on this Tiger squad.
Nice run for Brett Thornton, but she's going to sail that one out the back, so that's going to be a quick side out after the timeout for the Panthers. It's going to be Schultz with the serve, pass by Rodriguez. Josie Dayer throwing that one to Watley, and she'll get the kill. Double substitution, Marissa Amarino and Pope entering the match.
And that kill from Watley brings up her hitting percentage for the match to 500. On fire right now.
500 with double-digit total attempts. It's great to see. Marissa Amarino with a nice float serve. Panthers are going to set their right side off the tape. Rodriguez with the dig. Mr. Amarino changing the direction. Pope with the aggressive swing off the block and out the back of their side. So a tool that bounced all the way behind their end line. A great swing from Pope. And that'll put the Tigers at the 20-digit mark. So 5 away from taking set 2. Back row swing, and that's going to sail long.
And Coach Ray told me that Wilhelmi loves to hit the ball, loves going after the ball, goes after the ball at all costs, and she has a powerful arm, but sometimes that accuracy is a little shaky.
Yep, we'll see if the team can minimize those errors. Substitution on the Tigers side. Carly Brookeisen subbing in the middle. Marissa Amarino trying to force her into the match there. Tricky set. Tigers unable to get that ball back over. And a kill for Watley. Strange back in the game. Watley back to serve.
And Watley just continuing a great match.
Might have just jinxed her there, that serve into the net. But you're right, a great start for Reagan Watley here. Hitting above 500, which is awesome to see for one of your pin players who get majority of the sets.
That cursed announcer's jinx, always coming back to bite us in the booth.
Happens every time. It's going to be Drange with that outside swing in the net. Tough set, leading to a Panthers point. Panthers are now in double digits. Current score 11-22. Miscommunication there between Nadia Kern and Watley. Watley with the pass. Marissa Amarino is going to push this one out to Drange, and she'll go down the line for a Tiger point.
Yeah, great strike there by Drange. The transfer from the University of Idaho. You might be wondering, how does somebody go from Idaho down to San Antonio? Well, she's from either Bernie or New Braunfels, and she just wanted to be back home. And, you know, Trinity University, close to either of those towns that I named. Just seems like a perfect fit to me.
Definitely a great fit, and boy, are we glad to have her. She is playing great today. Point for the Tigers, going to lead them to game point. Current score 24-12. And you got one of our favorite servers, Nadia Kern, behind the service line. Aggressive swing is picked up and thrown over. Drange will get a swing at it. And she will catch the Panthers down the line. That is set to another great performance from the Tigers. Final score 25-12. Overall, we mentioned it, the Panthers were going to have to come out with some heat if they wanted to take that second set. But really the momentum was strongly in the Tigers' hands for majority, if not the entirety of that set. You got the Tiger fans really making their voices heard, more so in the second half of that set. But I mean, you're looking at the stats, they speak for themselves, and they are highlighting why the Tigers had just an amazing set. Hitting over 400 as a team, incredible. 25 digs, 7 aces, which is really impactful. And you got nearly double in a lot of the stats that you want to be positive in. So overall, a great start.
Yeah, just absolutely crushing the Panthers in 2 sets now. The Panthers have just been struggling and struggling against the Tigers as an easy thing to do. But look at that hitting percentage of .417. They are just firing on all cylinders. Reagan Watley hitting .583. Connolly McWilliams hitting .571. They are going crazy right now.
It's looking like a field day for the Tiger offense. What's really hurting Birmingham, unfortunately, is those 13 errors. They are giving away balls, or excuse me, points to the Tigers. And as we mentioned, this is not a team that you want to be giving away free points to. We'll see if the offense for Birmingham-Southern kind of adjusts to maybe keeping the ball more so in play, seeing if they could force potentially the Tigers to make some errors or more or less force them to really create points themselves. Both teams looking really connected in their huddles. But yeah, it'll take a lot for the Panthers to come out on top in this third set, because boy, oh boy, are the Tigers looking strong.
Yeah, and a bit of quite really one of the youngest head coaches here at the tournament against the one with the most experience. Coach Jenkins has been at it here for 39 seasons, has racked up over 1,000 wins. And that coaching experience almost certainly gives another advantage over Birmingham-Southern with that first-year head coach. Maybe still trying to figure things out, because you can assist somewhere, but it's different than calling the shots yourself.
Absolutely, and you saw it a little bit there in that second set. Julie Jenkins going up to the down ref and challenging some plays here or there. And while, you know, that's not necessarily calling a timeout, it does allow for a pause maybe that her team can take advantage of after the fact. So consider it a mini timeout perhaps. And more often than not, after she challenges a call, even if the point or the call stands in favor of the Panthers, the Tigers did come out more often than not on top with that next point. Both teams making their way onto the court as per usual. Trinity Tigers using up all of their time in this transition. We'll see if the Tigers utilize the same lineup or if they throw in some new faces. And sure enough, freshman McCarthy is going to get some playing time right off the bat here in this third set. You'll see her on the outside going in there for Watley. McCarthy with a great start to her Trinity career early today against Whitworth. She hit a nice and solid 750, going 3 for 4 in the fourth set of that last match. As mentioned, subbing in for Watley. Watley, if she does not go back into the match, finishing off this one with a 583 hitting percentage. So tough to beat that. But aside from that, both lineups looking relatively the same. Panthers are going to kick this third set off with the serve. Tigers are stacked on the left-hand side. We'll see if they run Pope or Fate on a slide here. Tough serve. It's going to be an ace to kick off the third set. McCarthy getting caught with that one. Julie's going to pull McCarthy out of that passing lineup. It's going to be Drange and Kern, more or less two-man passing. Drange with the pass. Nice hustle by Josie Dare. Nadia Kern's going to throw over a down ball. Outside swing down the line. It's going to catch Josie Dare, and that'll be another Panther point.
Panthers up 2-0. Maybe their first lead in this match. It's been rough goings at the start. A much better start for the Panthers this time.
Yep, coming out aggressive. That last swing down the line and really coming with some great serves. 2 aces for them to kick off this third set. One catching McCarthy and that last one catching Drange.
And the senior setter, Ainsley Schultz, giving up some good serves. It's always nice when you can have a setter who can serve as well.
Absolutely. Josie Dare throwing that one over as it was tight on the net. Right side swing down the line. Nadia Kern throwing that one over. And that was number 6, Bigsby. It's going to get called on 2 touches. She tried to throw that first one over and then covered herself, more or less. Not allowed in the game of volleyball, so that's going to send Drange back there to serve. Drange not serving in the prior 2 sets. She was subbed out for Rodriguez originally. Off the block, she'll get a touch. But that'll be a point for the Panthers.
Heading out off of one of the posters up there. Freshman going with Mount Freshmore poster this year, which I think is
original.
Very good. Very good.
Have not seen that one before.
I like the Super Senior Bros as well. That's a good one.
Drange with the pass. Josie Dare will run Pope out of the middle. A great double quick option for the Tigers. You said Fate on a back quick. Pope coming around for a front quick. Executed perfectly. That's going to send Nadia Kern back to serve for the Tigers. Tigers down by 2, but not looking shaky in the least, really. Nice float serve. Panthers keeping it alive. It's going to result in a free ball. Pope on another quick is blocked, but nice coverage by Drange. Ball going to McCarthy on the outside. She's picked up. Block is kept alive. Great defense. Drange out of the back row, swinging into the net, and that's going to be a point for the Panthers. Great defensive effort by the Panthers throughout that last rally. As we mentioned, just keeping the ball in play, making the Tigers put the ball to the floor if they want to score points, opposed to giving them some freebies. Pope swinging long, another point for the Panthers. Tigers taking a little bit more time with that last huddle. McCarthy. That'll go to Thornton out of the middle. Panthers are going to send over a free ball. It's going to be Wilhelmi in the net, I believe. Double substitution, another new face. DeRivel, the freshman setter. She's subbing in for this 6-2 rotation, along with McWilliams. Someone we saw in the scrimmage this past weekend, but not someone we have seen today in either match thus far. It's going to be a free ball for the Tigers. Nadia Kern. Right side, McWilliams is blocked. Nice strong press there by Buell.
And it shows the confidence that Coach Jenkins has in this freshman class to put out all the freshmen here on day one and to put DeRivel in when the Tigers are down.
Absolutely, and it will work hopefully in their favor as the season progresses. Definitely want to get all of your players more or less experience on the court early on so that they are prepared and ready to go in any circumstance. So again, great to see that these freshmen are getting playing time early on in the season. That's Jenna Rodriguez who just subbed in. She's back there serving. And she is back there dishing out aces. A great serve by her. Tigers now only down by 2.
Yeah, and Rodriguez led the team in service aces last year, looking to defend her title this year.
Yeah, as a freshman, she definitely provided great contribution to this Tiger team. You saw her on and off switching with Nadia Kern in that libero jersey last season. Not in the libero jersey today, but she is getting a good chunk of playing time as she subs in for the O2's back row. Outside swing is blocked by McWilliams. A throw ball over Jenna Rodriguez. This ball going out to Drange, and a tip to mix things up will score. Tigers now tying things up at 7-7, so despite the Panthers having quite a good lead here in the third, the Tigers have picked their way back into this set. Nice serve by Rodriguez. This ball going out to the outside, down the line. It's going to catch DeRivel.
That one goes off the scoreboard as well. Yeah, be careful. Those things aren't cheap.
Panthers not quite ready to give up their lead here in this third set. Up by 1. It's going to be Buell back to serve. Nadia Kern pushing this one out to Drange. Off the tape. It's picked up, but it's going over. McWilliams with a swing, but the Panthers will keep it alive. A little bit of a scramble here from the Tigers side. A slide. A lot of Tigers wanting to touch the ball, but linesmen and up ref not seeing any touch on the ball. And with that ball flying out, it will be a Tiger point. Lucky stuff for the Tigers. Again, you saw Jenna Rodriguez truly trying to catch that last ball, but with her swing and a miss, resulted in a point for the Tigers. That was Brett Thornton back there serving. Outside swing. Swing is in, but also Tigers getting caught in the net. That was McWilliams in the net.
Yeah, you can see on the replay there the net moving because of McWilliams.
Strange getting caught high with that last serve receive attempt. Aggressive serve by Hayes, but it's going to go a little bit long. Good communication between Rodriguez and Nadia Kern. It's going to be a double substitution with Josie Dare and Pope entering the match. And that'll be Josie Dare back there to serve. Strong, aggressive block. Pope and Fate Two towers that are going to be hard to get past with that height and reach. But they're going to tie things up at 10-10 with Dare back to serve. Low float. Outside swing, high. Easily passed by Rodriguez. Going out to Drange on the outside. And Madison Williams trying to get up there. But pretty much an open swing for Drange. And boy, did she take advantage of it. It's going to be Josie Dare back to serve. Tigers now up by 1. Nice low float. Williams out of the middle. Josie Dare to Fate, but it's going to be a double called on the Tigers. Tough luck for Dare there. She was trying to keep that ball from going into the net with that tight dig. It's going to be Drange to Buell, and Buell unable to keep that ball in play.
Yeah, you do not want to be on the receiving end of a Marissa Drange spike. It's rough.
Yeah, she is doing a great job today. And again, getting a ton of attempts. Currently at 19 attempts. We're here in set 3. Almost halfway through the match, more or less. Great up by Pope. Drange out of the back row and into the net. Tough luck. That's going to be her second swing out of the back row. That's going to go into the tape. So just needing a little bit more height on that vertical to help her get that one to sail over. It's going to be 22. Dunford back to serve for the Panthers. McCarthy throwing that one over. Out of the Millie Williams, but Fate with a great one-on-one opportunity. And that block's going down. She'll step off with Nadia Kern serving for her. Brett Thorin back in the match. And an ace for Nadia Kern.
Somebody in the stands hitting the seats, it's just not the same as the water bottle.
It will never be the same as that hydro flask or whatever metal water bottle we've had in the past. Nadia Kern back there serving another great low float. That one dropping a little bit shorter than the one prior is going to result in a double on the Panthers side. So Nadia Kern getting another opportunity back behind the service line there. Tigers now with the lead. Birmingham-Southern more or less leading by at least 1 point throughout this third. But the Tigers have kind of kicked things back into gear. We'll see a free ball here, see how they use it. Nadia Kern, Josie Dare pushing that one out to McCarthy off the block. Panthers will keep the ball in play. They'll run their right side. An aggressive swing right into that freshman block. McCarthy. And boy, was she excited about that one. A nice, strong press from her. You'll see it on this replay here. That ball going pretty much straight down. And that'll result in a timeout called by Birmingham-Southern.
Yeah, good timeout call there because the Tigers taking the lead, and they have been dominant. That hitting percentage from the Tigers has fallen a bit, but they are still far, far ahead of the Panthers in the match.
Yeah, on this current set, Tigers are actually only hitting 50, which doesn't sound a lot, but unfortunately Birmingham-Southern has fallen into the negatives for their current set's hitting percentage. So 50 will do you better than negative. Both teams doing a good job of staying aggressive. Points have been bouncing back and forth, but in these last couple runs, Tigers have been able to string together a few and are currently leading by 4 despite Birmingham-Southern, again, having a great start to this third set. We'll see if they can utilize this timeout, come out here strong, and put some pressure back on these Tigers. But really great to see some new faces. Again, DeRivel getting into this match. McCarthy on the outside. She's taking some strong swings. And with that last block, a great strong presence at the net. Both teams lining back up. And that'll be Nadia Kern back to serve.
Now those curse of the third set apparently for Trinity today. That's the third set to Whitworth. And maybe a lot of footage to look at here in this third set as well to make improvements on.
Yep, Tigers definitely needing to close out on the match when they're winning in set 1 and set 2. Got to make sure you don't ease up at all in the third. And just strive for that finish. That last ball is going to the Panthers. It's going to be Waddell back there serving. Oh, excuse me, not Waddell. Dunford back there serving. And correction again, that is Williamson in the libero jersey. I think I said Waddell, and then I said Dunford. That's going to be 21 Williamson in the libero jersey.
And DeRivel serving this one.
Yo on that outside. Into the tape. Panthers going to get called on 4. So that's going to send freshman DeRivel back to serve once again. Nice low float. It's going to result in a down ball here for the Tigers. Nadia Kern following that one to the line. Great eye and call by her. Following that one out. Point for the Tigers. Sending DeRivel back to serve once again. Tigers are 1 away from that 20-point mark. Really just stringing points together here. Hoping to close out this third set. Short serve. DeRivel mixing it up. Right side swing. Great hustle by Nadia Kern to get that set up to McWilliams. Block by Thorin and McWilliams. We'll see if the Panthers can get this one over. Off the block. Mahomi off the block. She'll get that tool and she'll score, but she will sub out for Kipple to go back there and serve. Great job on her, staying aggressive despite the ball primarily being on their side. They're going to be down by 5. We'll see if they can get back into this third set. Boy, oh boy, McCarthy. What a swing on the outside for the freshman. She said, no, 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 quick side out. I'm getting us to that 20-point mark. She is going to be subbing out for Jenna Rodriguez. Sophomore going back there to serve and play defense for her. And that might be the last time we see McCarthy in this third set. Again, with that 20-point mark being reached. Jenna Rodriguez sprawling out, but she's going to miss that ball. It's going to be a point for the Panthers.
And it's one of those rare times during an invitational where we actually have 2 matches going on at once. We have one going on in Webster, UTD, and Whitworth. Looks like Whitworth is at a 2-1 set advantage over there.
Nice firm block there from Hayes. Blocking range on the outside for the Tigers, resulting in another Panther point. Panthers now down by 4. But mixing things up. Brett Thornton out of the middle, making it look so easy. She'll score and send herself back there to serve. We got Maddie Fate back on the court in the middle. Nice deep serve. Out of the middle, a single block once again from Maddie Fate. Boy, is she doing a great job of lining herself up against that opposing middle. Seen it a couple times throughout this set. Current score 22-16, and the Panthers will use another timeout.
Yeah, you've got it right here because the Tigers just 3 away from ending the game. And man, it has just been a rough one for the Panthers all around. That hitting percentage still in the negatives for the match. It's been a rough one for them, but the Tigers, on the other hand, maybe haven't played the cleanest volleyball in set 3, but it doesn't matter as long as you get the win ultimately. But I'm sure Coach Jenkins is still going to tell them to look at this set.
Absolutely, yeah. They'll probably be looking at this one in regards to film later. Birmingham-Southern, it's going to take a lot for them out of this timeout to really put it to the Tigers and force them into a fourth, potentially a fifth. And it's tough because the Tigers really do look confident out there, and do they have the fans and just general gym atmosphere on their side. Panthers re-entering the match out of that timeout, clapping hands, looking confident, but again, it will take a lot to take this third set. It's going to be Brett Thornton out of the timeout back there serving.
And Marissa Drange on the court. She's been the favorite target for the setters today.
A tip. A dump picked up. We're going to see a down ball. Rodriguez to DeRivel. She's going to run Fate out of the middle, and that's going to be kept up. Great dig from the Panthers side. A nice high shot dug by Rodriguez. This one's going to Drange on the outside. And with the Panthers on their heels a little bit from that last swing, she will catch them with a tip.
And make that double-digit kills for Marissa Drange. A very good Tiger debut today all around. 2 double-digit kill games.
Definitely a great start for her Tiger career. McWilliams on the right side will be blocked. So the Panthers are not going down without a fight. That being said, Tigers need just 2 more points to take the match. It's going to be Hayes back there serving. We'll see what she can do behind the service line. And an ace. Can't ask for much more from Hayes back there, catching Rodriguez. Hope to see a little bit better communication there from Nadia Kern and Rodriguez. And tough luck, that ball's sailing long. It's going to lead to the double substitution. Darren Pope entering the match. Trinity fans partially on their feet, but everyone's pretty much clapping for this final point. Or excuse me, not final point potentially, but game point for the Tigers here in set 3. We'll see if they finish the match off with this one. A free ball. Rodriguez to Dare. Dare's going to run a back quick with Pope, and the freshman will score, and that will be the match. Final score 25-18. And man, what a great showing by the Tigers.
Yeah, an excellent showing. They just took the Panthers to task. They took the first 2 sets with relative ease, and then the third set, while a bit more difficult, they still won it handily. The Panthers are going to have to bounce back tomorrow, as, you know, the route doesn't get any easier from here.
Yeah, definitely some great further competition for both teams. Looking at some quick stats in specific, you got Maddie Fate hitting over 600, Brett Thornton hitting over 600. You got McCarthy coming in, she's hitting over 200. Got Pope on the right side, 250. Reagan Watley, again, great showing, especially after her first match earlier today. She finished with 583 hitting percentage. And then you got Drange, double-digit kills, getting majority of the balls, and really a shining star today as, you know, her opening debut as a Tiger.
Yeah, and 9 aces for the Tigers on the match. Definitely a big impact there. And ultimately, when you want to look where Birmingham-Southern may have gone wrong, you just have to look at that hitting percentage. I think we saw it at 0 at one point, but for the rest of the time, it's been in the negatives.
Yep, really challenging to keep yourself in the game, especially against this really confident and strong Tigers squad. If you're going to be in the negative hitting percentage, you kind of have to bank on the Tigers playing possibly their worst match in order to keep yourself in that regards. But yeah, finishing off with a 295 hitting percentage. Overall, a great day for the Tigers, wrapping this one up in 3 sets. Their first match today going to 4, but also looked good and clean in that match as well. And I'm really looking forward to some more games tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got another full slate of games on the Tiger Network. Every single one of them will be here at the same spot. And for now, we just await for that UT Dallas Trinity Tiger regional matchup.
Should definitely be fun. Thank you so much for tuning into the Tiger Network, and specifically this match, the home team, Trinity University against Birmingham-Southern. Great to see the Tigers come out on top, and we will catch you tomorrow for some more home matches.